I want to leave my job so that I can just be my own leader, be my own entrepreneur and all of this stuff. But even with that, you're just starting on a whole new journey of what leadership actually is. Yeah. Because you have to lead yourself to get up, get yourself going. Then you're going to realize, man, I can't do everything. You're going to get to that point where God's going to put you, because he's always trying to disciple us and take us to that next level. God is not stagnant. So when you feel comfortable, I'm cool, I'm chilling, he's going to throw something at you like, I want to take you further. It's not to be bogus or anything. God is just, he wants to see the best. He wants to see all of that stuff chiseled off, get you just polished. So you just be the best version of yourself. So with that, he's going to put you in a position. Now, the next level is now you got to surrender some of these tasks over to the other individuals. If you skip out on delegating, you're not going to be able to, your business isn't going to be able to thrive. I'm sorry.
What's up, everybody? We're back with the Digital Storytellers Academy YouTube channel. It's your boy, Bakari Kamal, and I'm here with
Juiette Payne. What's going on, family?
So today, we're on our series where we're talking about automation, delegation, and elimination. So today, we're going to be talking about that delegation piece. Why do we need to delegate? What are the benefits? What things should you delegate? We're going to explore all of that today. So come on in, get comfortable as we talk about one of the essential skills that you'll need to be successful as a creative entrepreneur.
Let's go.
Talk to us a little bit about delegation. What is delegation? Why is it important?
Yeah, so to delegate, and we see this all through scripture, everything lines up with the word. To delegate means if there's specific tasks that you don't have to do and you pass on someone else with a similar skill set or a different skill set or an expertise of some sort, or anyone who just really just wants to be willing to help and support, you want to pass those tasks on because you can't do everything and you shouldn't be doing everything. I think there could be a level of pride with that too. If you just feel like you have to do everything, there could be a thought of like, hey, I'm the only one who can do it. There could be a thought of this pressure and stress that you're putting on, not really leaning in and trusting in on God and trusting in on the Lord and like being able to let things go. So you want to practice this whole delegating piece if you want to see your business or your company scale. That's the key component. You want to be able to scale. That's what we're here for. You don't want to shift into business so that you waste all your days working for your family that you're never seeing, that you're never being a part of. You want to be able to delegate. And it also helps too to give other people things to build their skills and different things like that too. So it's just everyone wins when you're delegating. So let's talk about what's the situation that you may have had where you felt like, okay, this is something I feel like I can delegate over to someone else.
For me, it was editing.
Yeah, boy, come on, man.
I was like,
y'all see how we light up when we talk about passing on the torch of editing?
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, I even as of recently, I've been jumping back into editing, just getting more creative with like my color correction, stuff like that. But editing was like one of those areas where I'm like, okay, this is taking up the most of my time. And although it's an essential function of operations, I think it's something somebody else could do. It's something somebody else could get done. So do I need to do it? No. And, there's times where I'm like,
that's the good question right there. Do I need to do this?
I need to do it? It's like, no, I don't need to do it. There was times where I was like, well, they're not editing it exactly how I would like, or this is exactly my style. I would have put a speed ramp right there. But it's like, it's not necessary, right? And it's not feasible, right, for every single person to edit like you. And my creative style isn't the only creative style that works.
That's it.
Right. And so, I send the projects to clients. They're like, oh my God, I love this. This is exactly what I was looking for. And I'm like, what about my editing?
You ain't say that before.
You said that about my stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that, that was a big one for me, right? And then I also knew like email communication with clients. I'm like, hey, not only can it be delegated, I need this to be delegated.
Yes, dude.
Because it was like, I was taking too long because I'm like, okay, edit, respond to client. I'm trying to go from creative to admin to business strategy. it's like, oh, come on. So I'm like, I need this to be delegated as well, because I want to make sure I'm caring and serving my clients at a high level, even my leads at a high level. And I needed it to be delegated so that it could be done with a spirit of excellence.
Yeah, that's so good. Oh man, I love it. I love that, the spirit of excellence, because if you're doing everything, in every single hat, it may prolong your delivery.
100%.
Your deliverables, you want to pass it. If you said in that agreement, we're going to have this to you in 2 weeks or whatever the case, you'll be able to do that and not try to shove it all on yourself. So you want to build a small, nice team around that to be able to delegate.
Well, let's talk about that though really quick, right? When you talk about building a team, when I started off, right, most of my thoughts were, well, I don't want to delegate because I don't have the money to pay anybody to do the work.
That's interesting.
Right? Okay. I'm like, I don't have the money to pay for this. How am I going to delegate? And then I also was thinking like, well, there was like imposter syndrome. Like, would anybody work for me? I don't have a payroll yet. All these different thoughts that were like getting in the way of me like delegating the work. Right? So how did you begin delegating the work and feeling like, okay, I can delegate at the place where I'm at now in business?
Yeah. To be honest, it started around stress. It literally started around stress.
That's how it happens.
You literally, like, yes, there's this component when you're like, man, this is actually being a blessing to someone. This is, financially supporting someone else. They can take care of their families and different things like that. That's always nice to, like I was saying last time we were talking off the camera, how it just feels nice to just pay someone. Like when I have individuals in my business bank account and I go ahead and pay them and stuff, that's like a little sweet little moment. I love those moments. I was like, wow, this business is adding so much value that people are paying me to where now I'm able to pay other people. That's so cool, But the stress component came from those moments when you're working on something. Pay attention to your body. Pay attention to your body. If you pay attention to your body, life will be so much more peaceful. If you pay attention to it and listen to it. So those moments when you're stressing out, like I'm going into this other task and I'm starting to feel like, oh my goodness, I wish I was doing this other thing, or I can't do this and whatever and stuff. And you have someone there who can do those things. Utilize that. Utilize it. You don't have to do everything. So for example, I feel like my first area of delegating had to have been with my wife. It had to. I mean, now we're going back outside of DSA, outside of Payne Productions, just her coming into my life, helping with my music, different things with promoting it and pushing it out and getting the word out and stuff. I'm delegating those things to her while I'm focusing on rehearsing the songs with the band and all those things together. Even her, she controls my, I keep forgetting the name of the app. It's not Group Me. Band, goodness, yes, that's what I was trying to say earlier. So the band app, that's what we use for a lot of different groups. But in there for my band, she's the one who will reach out to communications, putting things on the calendar, making sure everyone is dressed the right way if we're doing a music video together and all that. She is just a administrative, just guru, dude.
That's so cool.
And just does it so like, oh, I got that done for you already. I already submitted that, reimbursement thing or whatever. Something like, dude, dope. And then for me, I'm just like, yo, turn on the camera, get all the stuff going and all of that. And we support each other in that way. So delegating and seeing those tasks. Then when I started teaching music, I was like, okay, you handle, and we also taught the art. So we did music, we did photography, we did art, all this stuff. So it's like, okay, you're the art teacher, you're the photography teacher, you're our STEM teacher. We had like this whole kind of just thing going with my first business, starting out in studios back in the day. Yeah, so it was so cool. So even with that, I didn't realize I was really delegating. I was just literally just like, okay, these are skill sets. I play drums, I play guitar, so I'll do this and you do that, whatever. But that really helped because we had so many more options that we would add to those different things of value that we would add to the business and company. It was awesome. Wow. Now, most recently, a big heart, as you know, because we launched DSA with this model of we want to teach people and just really see them thrive in their creativity. But then also, it's really cool because now since we've trained you, we know that you're excellent at what you're doing. And we can utilize you as well, too. If there's any projects that come up, we can have you on our team. So, most recently we just had our Media Mastery Bootcamp and we had awesome students. Had a student that just did really good, showing us their work and everything. Like, yo, this is dope. So that's another thing of delegating the editing to this individual who was one of our students. So really excited to jump into that. We've been in conversations and everything. So it's going to really help to see, to give them that opportunity, but to see that weight or that task kind of come off of us so we can see DSA scale in other ways, because we can put our attention and focus on other things as well.
Hey, thanks for watching the video, but really quick, are you looking to level up your creative skills and build a thriving creative business?
If so, you want to join the 5-day Media Mastery Bootcamp. This is an intensive training that's going to help you master filmmaking and photography, editing and storytelling, and branding and content strategy.
We're not just going to teach you the bare minimum basics. We're going to give you real world skills and strategies that are going to help you stand out in the marketplace.
So if you're ready, make sure you enroll today. Space is limited and you don't want to miss this. The link is in the description below. Now, back to the video.
I think, delegation, it actually feels super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Right? Because you don't want to give people stuff to do all the time.
Yeah.
Because you feel like you could do it better, or you feel like I don't want them to mess it up, and all of these negative thoughts. Right? Bringing that energy into your business.
Yeah.
Right. When you could be like, hey, there's other people who are fresher, younger, better, more skilled, that can knock this thing out. Right?
Yeah.
That's what delegation is all about.
Yes.
But delegation also improves your leadership, because when people are not doing what you need them to do, now you have to communicate that.
Yeah.
You have to
the
train
whole confrontational component.
Yeah. There's a high level of like, oh, hey, I need you to go back and change this.
Yeah.
And they're like, or something. So we're like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Right. But either way, you have to be able to go back and communicate that. That improves your leadership ability.
Wow.
You know what else delegating does? And you can tell me your thoughts on this, but when you delegate, you start to think about the processes, and then it actually allows you to start documenting the process.
Yeah.
Like, because when you were doing everything yourself, there's no need for a SOP. There's no need for processes and procedures. But when you're giving it to other people, you're like, okay, they're going to need some guidance, right? And it's either I'm going to keep giving them guidance over the phone and keep using my time to do that, or keep giving them guidance in person, or I'm going to make sure they know, here's what I need you to happen step by step, right?
Another reason the digital space is amazing, man. It's just
tell
like,
me about that.
Come on, dude. It's just like that's what I was talking about Google Drive in the last video.
Yeah.
We have these processes in our Google Drive for specific things. And again, Gabby, she created that whole thing, because she would get on me, bro. She would get on me. She'll be like, when you drop stuff in Google Drive, because I just be moving. When you put stuff in Google Drive, you just kind of just put it in there. She's like, can you like literally just drag it into the folders that I created and stuff? Because she's so organized. And these systems, that's what you need to be able to make everything flow. So if we have a template, if someone joins our team as an independent contractor, we have a document, independent contractor agreement already laid out. And they just put their name and the date and the signature. That's already laid out. So we got that mapped out. If someone wants to know how we do the guitar course and stuff, on day 1, we're doing this. We do on day 2, we're doing this, whatever. So all of that is already just laid out. So that's just key, Yeah,
that's really good, man.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have that, right, then the business can be stagnant, right? And so I think just all around, starting to delegate starts the process of scaling business, right? And it frees you up.
Now I think about, when you read the scriptures, who's someone that comes to mind for you in the Old Testament when it comes to delegation?
In the Old Testament, Moses.
Moses, for sure, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure, Now, we got to think, the Bible is not telling us 100% of life. It'll be too many books to say every little thing that happened. But I wonder if when his father-in-law came to him and offered for him to delegate, if he felt some type of way. Because he's the leader of the 3 million Israelites that were just freed. These 3 million slaves. He's the one person that coming to day and night. I don't even want to think about that. That was horrendous.
Yeah.
And you're not getting anywhere, he told him. You're not getting anywhere. Where are you actually getting if you just keep living like this? But I wonder if he felt like, man, I'm the only one who can do it. Or if I now have to be a leader over these other elders, are they going to listen to me, like you just mentioned? Are they going to think that, who are you to tell us we have our own? Like, what kind of thoughts do you think Moses had as it relates to him delegating, So I
think, like, Moses, when he initially was encountered by God, you know, he was always like, I'm not the person to do this, and you know, my speech isn't great.
Yeah.
Why are you picking me? Right. So I don't think he really ever viewed himself as a leader. Right. So, you know, now he's at the point where, okay, I know I'm a leader, but now I got to go further into leadership because now I have to delegate. It's one thing to lead people and tell people what to do and make people listen to you or try to get people to listen to you. That's another thing. Real, true leadership, right, is letting other people fail.
Yes, that's it.
You know, giving other people responsibility.
Man,
that's
the work right there. That's the hard part right there.
So I think when he was like approached, you know, about delegating, he probably was like, oh, yeah, y'all don't want these problems. Y'all don't want this trouble. Yeah. You know, I'm finally viewing myself as a leader. He probably had a misunderstanding of what leadership truly was. And I think a lot of us as entrepreneurs, we misunderstand what leadership truly means.
We think, I want to leave my job, like we talked about last time. I want to leave my job so that I can just be my own leader, be my own entrepreneur and all of this stuff. But even with that, you're just starting on a whole new journey of what leadership actually is. Because you have to lead yourself to get up, get yourself going. Then you're going to realize, man, I can't do everything. You're going to get to that point where God's going to put you, because he's always trying to disciple us and take us to that next level. God is not stagnant. So when you feel comfortable, I'm cool, I'm chilling, he's going to throw something at you. He's like, I want to take you further. It's not to be bogus or anything. God is just, he wants to see the best. He wants to see all of that stuff chiseled off, you know, get you just polished. So you just be the best version of yourself. So with that, he's going to put you in a position. Now the next level is, now you got to surrender some of these tasks over to the other individuals. And what does that look like? And dude, when you look at Moses' story, man, I just get, as I read, it's crazy. You keep reading the word. Each time you read it, you see a whole new angle. And as
living and
breathing, bro. So as I get older, you know, as a man, as a husband, as a father, as a disciple maker, as a leader, as a business owner, you start seeing the Bible from all these different angles and perspectives. So now, the more so I read it, I get more emotional as I wrap up different books now. It's like, man, I'm like, Moses putting the work, man. Yeah. I'm like, wait, he's about to die. It's like, man, rest easy, man. Yeah. You did it. You know, so like that. But when you read Deuteronomy, what was Deuteronomy? That was like his final, all the first Israelites, they all died. The first parents couldn't do it. Now these are all their kids. This is his final sermon, his speech, his final hoorah as the coach. Last thing, y'all about to go to Promised Land. It's right across that river. These are the last things I need to tell y'all before I leave. But bro, what did he say at the beginning with God? I'm not the one. I can't do this. I can't talk. Da-da-da. And you did all this talking in Deuteronomy. You did all that talking, like 30-something chapters. You did all of this talking. Don't tell me God wasn't using you, bro. Yeah. So God will use all of these situations, the highs, the lows, the ups and downs, the difficult moments, the easy moments, whatever. He'll put all of these pieces together to revolutionize your life, to transform you to who you're supposed to be. So if you skip out on delegating, you're not going to be able to, your business isn't going to be able to thrive. I'm sorry. It won't. Yeah. You're going to be toiling all day, missing out time with your spouse, missing out time with your kids, missing out time for you and just God. Forget every human. Yeah. Your time alone with God, because you're like, oh, I got to do it. I got to be busy. I got to do all of the stuff, whatever. And you're missing out on blessing other people and families to build skills, to make money, to be able to do all these things so they can provide for theirs. It's just so special when you set up somebody else, you know? So if you just focus on automation and elimination, but don't add that delegation component, man, you're not doing service for nobody, man. You're just killing yourself.
You're not. And you said it right. Discipleship is key. You know, Jesus, he had a message. Yeah. Right. He discipled people to deliver that message. I'm sure Jesus could have went out and got that message across the world himself. Yeah. Immediately. He was God in the flesh. He could have done that. But that's not the approach that he took. Why? Well, he cares about people. Yes. Right? He wanted to rise up other leaders. Right? He wanted the message to come through somebody relatable as well. Yep. Right? Yep. He wanted people to see that God can use anybody, you know, not just the Bakari who was naturally gifted at doing video, but, you know, he can use the girl who does cooking, and she's a chef, and he can use her to do filmmaking and digital storytelling. You know, that's one of my business teammates. Right? She's a chef by trade, but I taught her how to do video. I taught her how to edit. She already had that stuff inside of her, right? But with a little cultivation, I was able to pull it out. Right. So what are you, when you're delegating, you're helping society, you're helping people because you're pulling out stuff that's really already inside of them so they can really go further in their life and their gifts. And in return, they're helping you grow your business too.
Dude, that's so good. Let's sit right there for a minute. So some people could be saying right now, man, like I would love to delegate. Like what you guys are talking about, this is fantastic. But I literally don't have anyone that can do this, whatever. So now you just said, right. Now you just said that you help to get them ready for that. So tell me what that process looks like so that people can literally, because we want you guys have practical steps when we're talking about these topics. What's something that you can kind of just give to show like, hey, these are the steps we did. This is how long it took, how many months or whatever, trial and error, whatever. What's the process if you have to build someone up because you really just want to get this off your plate?
So, number one, when you think about discipleship, right? Discipleship is a principle.
Yes.
You can wait until you have a need and then you can implement discipleship, or you can be wise and implement discipleship now before the need arises.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. But when it comes to the process, right, some things get taught, some things get caught, right? Jesus said, hey, follow me.
Yeah.
Right? We got some work to do. I can make you fishers of men. Just come hang out with me for a little while. You're going to pick some things up.
Exactly.
Right? There's going to be some things I'm going to teach you guys while we sit, but there's going to be some things that you see me do. You're going to be like, whoa, okay, I can add that into my bag. And so what I did was I started taking my teammate on production before she was ready, before she thought she was ready, right? Come shoot with me.
Yes.
I need a second shooter. You down? I don't know how to work the camera. Don't worry about it. Boom. She comes. Now she's seeing. Now she sees the video that we produce. At the end of the day, she's like, whoa, I helped put that together. Yo, that's dope.
Yes.
Now she's excited. Now she's seeing more in herself than she thought, right? That's critical. That's critical, is bringing people on, right? Even one of my guys that I start doing work with, he has his own business. He's been doing media as long as I've been doing it. He's amazing in his own right. Come shoot with me. Hey, I got a project. I want you to come. I want you to, here, I could throw you some bread too. Boom. And then he comes to shoot with me. Now I'm aiding his business, right? By having him come shoot with me. So for him, it wasn't necessarily about helping him improve his skill set, even though in a way it was, because now he's doing more video too. He's learning some video skills, but it was also about, I'm helping you grow your business now, right? Even though you're helping me as well, but it wasn't from this selfish perspective. It's from a giving perspective, from a partnership perspective.
It's just about giving opportunities. Like all of us giving opportunities to one another is just key. You know, anyone that comes to mind. And again, I think that's just another prayer point. Like today, God, who can I bless? Bring someone to mind who can, like you said, come out on this shoot with me. Who I can train, you know, I kind of see something in them. What's an opportunity? Hey, you know, with my kids, for example, hey, you know, clean that up or go pick that up. Like pay attention to these little things that you're offering for them to do because you see something in them. Hey, record this thing for me or whatever, just so you can see in these little things and stuff. You know, like same thing like we did with my son. You know, he starts recording now because he's seeing us do it. He's always like, they literally walk around and say, hey, record me doing this. So like they want to start seeing more of these reels. It's just this whole cultivating. Oh, it's so good, man.
It is. And at the end of the day, you know, God is not going to have you have this super big vision for business and have you do it all by yourself. So keep your eyes open. We all have to keep our eyes open to who are the people that God has around me that he's looking to use, because they're there right now. We just ain't using them, right? So it's like, okay, let me pay attention to, oh, he sent me this person, he sent me that person. How can I steward that relationship better, right? To the point where, you know, they're going to meet some needs, right? To the point where you may have somebody that is working with you. They may run the whole business for you one day so that God can allow you to go and do ministry full time, right? And those are things that we may not be thinking about right now. We think, oh, this is my business, this is my baby, this is the totality of what I'm doing. But God has more.
Yes.
God has so much more. And so being able to rise up people in the business, to delegate, people that you trust, that's super critical. And I think that's what we all should be doing as creative entrepreneurs.
Come on, man. See, that was the wrap up right there. It's so good.
Let's go.
Hey, y'all. So we commission you and we urge you to go ahead and practice delegating. So remember that laundry list I had you to make last week of all the tasks that you have to do between automation, delegation, elimination. Now this week you get that next color marker or crayon or pencil or whatever and circle all the things that you feel like you can delegate. Pay attention to things that you can delegate and start doing it. Try to delegate one thing this week. Comment below. Let us know something that you delegated this week. And we just want to kind of just celebrate with you. That is a big step, big step towards your business and it's scaling. So get really excited when you do it. It may be tricky, it may be hard, but God got you and you will see the fruit of it, okay?
Yes, you will.
Man, that was another good one. And we are excited to talk about elimination next week, y'all. Again, I'm Juiette Payne.
This is Bakari Kamal.
And make sure you guys subscribe, and we will see you next time at DSA.
Peace.